Hey there, Pisces community. You know who it is. It's Soul Tigress with a story for this wonderful frequency. Now, first off, thank you. Thank you for your time, your energy as I navigate this story, and your patience. Can't forget that. Because we're going to go between the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. Keep in mind that this is a space where we call in the angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy to come on in and be the guides and protectors for all the positive messages that are going to come out. With that being said, friends, keep in mind that this is not love tarot here. This channel is geared around self-empowerment, and what that means is building the stepping stones for us to get closer to our soul being, which helps align us with a higher power. So let's get started with the vibe. Pisces. You are wearing love goggles. I felt this before I even started cleansing the cards, when I just kind of started opening up to tuning into the Piscean frequency. It hit me. It was almost like I was Twitter pated. If you guys seen Bambi, you know what that means. It means that I'm wearing love goggles to something. And could be a person, it could be a place, or it could be a thing for Pisces. I'm not sure. But after I got done cleansing, what I did receive was an image of somebody's fishing right now. And they're fishing for you. But you have to be careful with this one. Because this is one of those lessons that I would say you could fall into a trap door again, and it could be the same thing over, creating that dark cloud that Pisces sometimes feels like always follows them. Creating that dark cloud of this is always what I get kind of thing. So be careful. Let's go ahead and talk about the vibe. There's something new you can always learn about yourself, Pisces. This can help you unstick your third eye energy. Be careful when falling in love with the potentials of things. Now, you have to be careful, Pisces. Always be careful, okay? Now, let's back up and go to there's always something new you can always learn about yourself. This is very true. We are still learning about the human body. We're still learning about the brain. We're still learning about the structure of the body. We are still learning about how it all comes together in a sense and how it all operates. At this day and time, we are more open to the body being sensitive to the energies around it, opposed to being open to that 50 years ago. So just like our knowledge is always evolving and learning about the very vessel that we operate in when it comes to, say, healthcare and stuff like that, you yourself, throughout your lifetime, will always learn something new about yourself. But that's if you allow yourself. And a lot of times it comes at when you have gone through really hard lessons, and when you start to develop standards, when you start to work through these lessons, when you start to evolve yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. Let's go ahead and continue with this vibe, though I'm detouring. Let's learn together how to do something. But when we do it, let's just go one step at a time with things, Pisces. Don't expect that you're supposed to be able to be an expert when you're barely starting something new, okay? With whatever this new thing is that is around, remember, actions speak louder than words. Don't forget, the past is the past. It's fun to revisit from time to time, but we cannot relive it. Be careful with someone trying to force their view of the past onto you. to manipulate you. This could be the person who's out there with the lure fishing for you. Person, place, or thing. Because I had a 6 of Cups come in there. I had a Forcer pop out too. So you got to be careful with whoever's coming in and revisiting you and trying to live a past time with you. Trying to just reflect and put you back in a position that you were in before. And maybe you weren't as evolved back then, which is the most likely 99.9% as you are right now. And your ancestors came in again, and they had me repeat this. Again, actions speak louder than words. Watch for those red flags, Pisces. Do not dismiss the red flags. Be careful of guilt tripping being used here. You have to be careful because, like I said, somebody's fishing for you. Something, someplace is fishing for a Piscean. I don't know if they're trying to catch you in a vulnerable state, thinking that you're going to be desperate. But just know that you are being affected this time because your new moon was just around. So one of the things for you, Pisces, is always what you believe in. But it's also ending old cycles, preparing for new. One thing about not just you, Pisces, but everybody, is we suffer from obsessing over our insecurities. And this guilt tripping may poke at some of your insecurities. Maybe insecurities that stem from the past. This person, like I said, they're fishing for you and they're trying to find a way to get you. Now it's up to you if you want to bite or not. And I don't mean physically, but I mean jumping onto that lure for them. Just remember, Pisces, you have worked really, really far. And again, you're being highlighted because your 12th house, which is ending of old cycles, preparing for new. But it also talks about getting in touch with an energy. That energy of wisdom that isn't reached through the mind. It's reached through our soul being. So when it comes to this person, place, or thing, I would check out of that mind and really reach to within you. If you would like to go deeper into that new moon interpretation with Pisces, but as well as the full moon and how the full moon affects us and how it's really important that we look at that person's actions versus their words and choose to take care of ourselves after that. It's really important here because that's Virgo. Virgo talks about taking care of ourselves, creating a new routine of it, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally. Again, go check out the new moon, full moon interpretation to get more of an in-depth on how the moon phases are playing into the cycle of stories this time. All right, Pisces, I'm going to stop rambling and let's get started with the introduction. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, what is it that needs to come out? Oh yeah, and it's going down because what's the tea? It was like, you need to use this deck today. So let's go ahead. Reflecting, wants you back. Both are coming out in reverse. Both things are something you don't see. Again, this is something with past. They're going to use a past. There could have been a past time you guys knew each other. There's just something. I feel like the reason why Pisces doesn't see this and they're at odds ends because they are still looking at this person the way, place, or thing the way they did at this young time. They don't realize that whatever this is has evolved. And they're not the same. It's not the same as what it was before. I'm not sure which way it's going, left versus right, but I don't know. So I have no facts here. We're at odds ends with what's really happening. Again, we're at odds ends with the creeping and not seeing it. Maybe this is why I talk about the love goggles are on right now. Maybe there is a Pisces that's ignoring the actions right here because they're looking at this situation with love goggles. And they could be only seeing the potential, the outcome that they want to see. Right here, we need to slow down. We need to slow down. You need to see what this one is actually up to. How much this one is up in your space. And if this is invited. Because, I mean, it's cute when it's invited. But when it's not invited, this can be alarming. So really, really, really fill out what it is. Go within. Don't just trust your mind here, okay? I need you to really feel your intuition. I really need you to feel your gifts here. Because whoever it is, they have an agenda. This place has an agenda. Whatever you think this agenda is so far, you're not all the way correct about it. That's why I said you gotta really go within and feel what's going on here. Because this could be a turd at your doorstep that just put some glitter on, that put a bow on itself, trying to make itself look less than a turd. And what I can say is there's something going on here. There is something going on. I can't say it all the way because I don't know if it's going to pop out with these cards, but in the cleanse, there is something going on here. And what they could be doing is trying to get you in a spot. So when they do spring some information on you, they already got you stuck somewhere. Be careful, Pisces. Be very careful right now. Unbothered in reverse. We're not seeing it either. Again, you're spacing yourself away from your emotions. What is this interest here? What is it that this person doesn't want you to walk away from? What is it that this person wants your attention? They want you to really see them for some reason. Is this the only card that pops out in upright? It really is. It's the only card that pops up in upright. It's one that pops up face up. This is a direct message here. Whatever this is, it's a waste of time. It is a waste of time. And this falls under that no facts. Pisces, you could have been hoping for something else here. But it's a waste of time. What it is they're coming in with the same set of problems. Even probably a few more sets of problems, because whatever this was on its trajectory on, you know, it's gained some crap along the way. So it has its set of problems still, but it's showing up with a new bag of tricks. And I quote that, new bag of tricks. I don't know. I've never used that one before, but that's what I'm hearing. So I picked the Dreams Within Dreams Tarot because you're really kind of up in your head about this. Again, you got the love goggles on to the potential of whatever this person, place, or thing is. But they're already, again, starting off unhealthy by just bringing in this creeping energy. I don't like it. I don't like it. Because what that tells me, Pisces, I will take a detour. I don't give a shit who the hell you are. You can be a really good person. You could be a really shitty person. Alright? But whenever you go into the realms of trying to manipulate somebody, whether it's to create an opportunity for you to be around them, whether it creates somehow you getting closer to them, I don't like it. I don't like it because that's somebody who's already starting something off by playing tricks. They're playing games. Like I said, this is the same person, same problems, same fucking agenda. Excuse my language. So sorry about that. But they have a new bag of tricks here. And whatever they're doing, Pisces, I'll tell you right now, as a single woman, I've learned to really, really, really tone down or not even talk about what I exactly look for in somebody. This is an easy example to give. And that is because you will get people who will creep on you, who will take notes, and who will use that to their advantage. You got to be careful. A lot of narcissists do that. Could be other personality types, but trust me, I've had to tangle with a few narcissists in my lifetime. Be careful what you talk about when you're putting your stuff out there, when you're putting out there what you're looking for, because again, you could be having somebody taking notes to manipulate something to get closer to you because they really want you interested. They really want to make this whatever this is coming back around, but they haven't. Whatever this is, it's still the same. Again, it's a waste of time. Sometimes being more quiet about the qualities of things that you're looking for when it comes to putting it out publicly could be the biggest protection for you, because you don't have others who can use it and manipulate it if it's not out there publicly. Keep that in mind, Pisces. I know we would like to wish people from the past were a little bit different, but unless they've done some evolving themselves, then it's not going to be different. If this person's still acting the same, dressing the same, listening to the same music, still eating at the same place over and over, still has the same routine, then that person is still the same. They haven't evolved. So whatever it was that didn't work out before, it's still the same thing here. They're just saying, hey, are you desperate enough to still want to do this? That's what it actually comes down to. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with that introduction. All right, ancestors, let's bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. What needs to come out for the present? Nine of Wands here. In reverse. I feel like it doesn't want you to waste time. Page of Wands. This person's not going to go far with anything. This person is still very immature. They could be very intimidating still. Whatever they used to do in the past to try and intimidate you, that energy is still here. Maybe intimidate you on how they treated you, how they treated the community around you. Could have been your family. all I see is this person used to throw, maybe this place used to just like, it was kind of a lot of it's their way or it's the highway kind of energy. I would say this energy would be the one that would point the finger a lot. Because what we have already coming out for the present, Pisces, is cards in reverse. We have stuff that's confused. I feel like this person may have shined themselves up a little bit, but it's still the same thing. And if that's what you're looking for, that's confirmation. Here we go. This person's greedy. This person's about themselves. This place is about themselves. It's about making always itself better. How can get the most out of whatever for itself? When it comes down to it, it's what can this energy use that's going to feed themselves. Whether it's from others, whether it's like corporate kind of greed stuff, whether it's narcissist type of energy, but this person kind of, this place kind of just like, I don't know, what I get is like a revolving door. A revolving door where a person goes in, but by the time they come out from dealing with this energy, they are depleted. And this is kind of just what this energy does to others. It depletes them, all for its own purpose, its own cause, its own glory. And whatever this is, it's a big asshole. It is a big asshole. They may come in, whatever this is, and try and act like they're focused on you. But they're not focused on you, Pisces. They're focused on what they can get from you. That's their only focus. And it's going to be crossing boundaries. It could be never giving you a moments of rest. What I get is, whatever this is, it's really not going to give you a moments of rest. It's really going to be right there all the time. All the time. Yeah. It's going to confuse you on an outcome. Is this a good outcome? Is it not a good outcome? Was it a good outcome that I had before with it? Maybe it was just me being immature back in the day. You know, maybe I did something that provoked whatever it was that happened, because there was, I don't know if there was a falling out with this energy, and this is why it's coming back around, or maybe you went your separate way from this energy for some time, just doing your own endeavors. But really look at their actions. Their actions will speak louder than their words. Look how their actions make you feel. You don't have to believe everything that they're telling you either, Pisces. Remember that. Because if this is a narcissist, the situation's a manipulator, then what they're going to do is they're going to come in talking sweet. They're going to give you all the potential. They're going to feed into that vision with the love goggles. But they're slowly going to start picking at you. And they're going to start picking at your insecurities little by little. Again, it's going to make you question the previous outcome you had with them, or your previous outlook on them. What else needs to come out? Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you. There we go. Hey, a whole bunch of stuff you're not seeing. You're not knowing how to juggle this new offer. Not knowing to see if it's going to be something of fruition, something that's going to take you far, or something that you can go far with, person, place, or thing. Again, if it's going to be fair, this is all something you're not seeing, you're not understanding, all in your mind about. Or again, is it gonna come in like a cray person? Cray energy, really harsh with their words, really I can't say the word, it's right on the tongue, but what it is very intimidating, but also like demeaning, I think is the word. You're not sure about that because in the back of your mind, you know something about this situation. What this reminds me of is a friend that I used to have. And we used to be on social media. And I mean, at one time, I guess I kind of thought this guy was attractive, but I grew up, okay? So it wasn't that attractive when I grew up. It was, ooh. But one thing I noticed, this person would always talk about the Bible and their beliefs. And that they were this kind of man and blah, 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 blah. And they had more than one profile on Facebook. And on the other profile, they didn't post as much of their religious stuff. On the other profile, they did a lot of shit talking about women. And it got so bad that I was just like, I can't deal with this person. Like, I don't like seeing that. Just because I know you doesn't mean I have to enjoy you dogging out women. So I unfriended that profile, and on their other profile they got on and they started talking crap. So I believe I ended up unfriending them and just kind of moving forward from there and just like, known you once before, don't need to know you anymore. And to this day, I won't, even if I got on Facebook, I just wouldn't. So really look back at what happened in the past with this person, place, or thing, and why you backed away from them. Because they could be putting on a good show and a good song and dance. There we go. A good show there. But they could still be in this Queen of Swords energy in reverse. Very spiteful, very hateful, very ignorant with their energy. There's still an unbalanced side to them that makes them merciless towards something in particular. And that's something, whatever it was, that it had bothered you once before. So really look at their actions. Look at what they're doing, how they're treating you, how they're making you feel. Don't just listen to all the sweet things that they're saying. All right, so let's go ahead and continue with the block. Why it is that you're kind of open up to dealing with this. Why it is that it's able to come back around on you. What it is that you want to wear these love goggles for. Because, I mean, let's face it, we are all human. And it feels nice when some place, something, someone wants us. But what is it that has us even entertaining this? Because it doesn't seem like it's very good for us, Pisces. All right, so see, look, this was at the bottom of the deck. whatever this is. All right, so angels, angels, angels of protection. What is it that needs to come out for the block, for the Pisces community? Please help protect us as we navigate this block with Pisces. Something we're not seeing, and it's when you reflect onto the past. I have the High Priestess energy here. High Priestess. High Priestess knows a lot. The High Priestess is where is she? It's the Pisces energy right here. Pisces talks about what you believe in. It talks about that intuition. It talks about the gut. It talks about the mysticism. Again, getting in touch with not how we think, but that soul being that carries that sensitivity. For Pisces, it's really sensitive, and it helps pick up the energies around. It helps interpret others' actions, even though their words are saying something else. And right now, you hide from that. I think you've came along when it comes to your gifts, but somehow you are hiding from it. And whatever this situation is, it could be making you feel a little bit vulnerable again. It's almost like, let's say when a parent gets around for an adult, their parent, let's say this adult is like 40 years old and their parent is well into their 60s, 70s. Well, this adult is still gonna bring out their inner child around their parent. You know, just like the parent is still gonna try and parent their adult child. It's that energy that is shared between these individuals. Now, you do have an energy shared with this situation. Just be careful is that you're not putting yourself back into the energy that you dealt with them once before, that energy where you weren't as evolved as what you are now. And I feel like you're kind of on the cusp, you're on the edge of doing that in a sense, trying to look at it from the unevolved view you had back then, instead of, again, looking at it from the evolved view that you have now. And what I hear is you need to recognize, and the exact word is the tyrant that this energy was back then. And I have this Page of Cups. I feel like you really look back on your mistakes, your emotional mistakes. I would say maybe there could have been a time that you acted out emotionally. There could have been a time that you were matching energies with this one. Just remember that that was the past you. And you have a choice to where you can go back to it, or you have a choice to stay evolving from it, learning from it. So if this is something that you're pondering on, again, evaluate how this energy is making you feel, Pisces. Because right now it's making you only feel that unevolved emotional side when you are matching energies. Here comes this Knight of Pentacles, this offering, the confusion behind it. The confusion that you don't want to see, I feel like. And that was the chaos. That could have been always at odds ends with each other. That could have been the direct conflict that was happening. And what I'm being told to say is day in and day out. So you're unsure of the direction that you have went since the last time you have been around this energy. You have an idea again that you have been evolving with the Six of Swords when it comes to navigating your emotions. And again, getting in touch with your inner guiding energy, with your gifts. But again, dealing with this energy, kind of whatever this is that's creeping on you, it's making you question some of the things, question some of your involvement, question some of the things that you were doing back then. It could even have you being more critical of yourself. Be careful, because if this person's quick to point the finger at you for stuff in the past, instead of highlighting how much you have grown, you both have grown since then it's just a blame game here. It's the blame game. And again, like I was speaking about, they're just trying to take little pieces to disempower you, to get you in the place that they want you to be. So be careful. Be careful. What else? Queen of Wands. Could be talking about directly how you could have been really selfish. Could be how you were really standing up for yourself. But to them, it could have been, it was a lot of you self-sabotaging everything. That's what I'm getting. And even you could be feeling like that. You're, again, going in and you're being hard on yourself. You're only trying to see yourself, again, as the villain. What else needs to come out? The Lovers. Alright, so with the Lovers here, Lovers is Mercury energy. This is Gemini. This is communication and how we think. The whole thing is whatever this is, since it's came back, it's really kind of put you at odds ends with how you think about things. Even maybe about the things that you have been talking about with them. I just feel like this person is still dazed off. They're still on themselves, but they're still trying to coerce you into this. It's almost like you could be having a phone conversation with this energy, or a full-on conversation with this energy. Yes, they're present, they're there, but they're not really there. They're not really listening to you. So this person, I hope they're not using your energy as a last resort kind of thing. Because you're not a last resort. You should be the first choice. You should be the first choice, and you should be that first choice because they want to be there. Not because they feel like you're a last resort, so that they're not left freaking standing by themselves. I don't know. I don't like this energy though. Remember, you're not a last resort, Pisces. You're never a last resort. Forget that. Ugh. All right, here we go. And what I heard was bag of tricks. So they're trying to leave you stuck. They're trying to work on, like, capturing you in a sense. They're trying to work this system to where they achieve that mission. But with these cards coming out like that, this is not it. Pisces, what I can say, this is not your outcome here. Whatever this is, person, place, or thing, I mean, they could be trying to play at that they want to help you out. But the reality of it is they just want to leave you stuck in a certain position. And with this Three of Wands in reverse, this tells me like your ancestors are coming in saying that this isn't it. This is not what you're looking for. And again, what I'm brought back is to you have to really be protective when you're putting out what you're looking for. Because this person could be exactly playing at that. Whatever it is, you could be going from one situation and this other has been waiting to get their foot in the door, creeping on you. You have to be careful. And all they're going to do is put you back in the same kind of boat as before. Well, what I hear is Pisces ask, well, if they're so interested, then why am I a last resort? It feels like they're interested, though. Doesn't that mean that they like me? That's a hard one. That is a hard one. Pisces, it comes down to how you value yourself. It's like for a relationship, would you want your partner just to like you? Or would you want them to be in love with you? Like a workplace, would you like your workplace, just to like you? Or would you want them to value you? See you as a valuable part of the team. Not just like you, because I like you, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, you can have that superficialness if you want to stay at a superficial level, but to me, when I'm a valued part of a team, that solidifies my position within that team, within that company, more than just on a superficial level. So I mean, if you go off with whatever this is, person, place, or thing, it will give you everything superficially. So again, it's if a like is where you see your value, then here you go. But if you want something that's more deeper meaning, this isn't it. This isn't it. Again, this is giving last resort kind of vibes. They're just looking at you as their last resort. And Pisces, again, you're nobody's last resort. No, forget that. You deserve way better. Forget that. Cito ejecto. Get that one out of here. How do you deal with energies like this? Well, Pisces, you need to speak your dreams. You've evolved yourself to such a spot that you have these dreams. You have these visions of a future you want to build. You have these goals. Speak these, speak these, speak these. Not what you're looking for and whatever, but speak your dreams, speak your goals. And watch the actions, watch the responses. Because a lot of times they will have their own goals, their own agendas, and their own thingies. And you'll see how it doesn't match. You'll see how something doesn't match here. Or maybe because you're going to be so empowered and so holding yourself within value, that this person will see that they can't come in, that you're not gonna bite on this lure that they've thrown out for you. Again, because you're in a place of personal power here. Now, when this person plays at your insecurities, when this person tries to take you walking down memory lane with these love goggles and put you into a position, this is when you really, really, really look at how this is making you feel. And instead of going for this person, you need to go the opposite direction and take care of yourself. Just take care of yourself. Do something for yourself. Spend time with yourself. Something that actually takes care of yourself. Not something that's a coping mechanism that's for escapism. No, you need something that's going to take care of you. And I have a feeling when you go off and you do that, however this person, whatever this person does to react, will show you their true colors. Like if they get impatient because you're taking care of yourself, or you're creating that kind of boundary of, hey, I'm not going to work more than 40 hours a week because I got to still take care of myself, and they're still trying to come in and push for 50 hours a week or something. They're getting upset because you want to take care of yourself. Then you know this place is still at the same routine. This person's still at the same routine. This thing is still at the same routine. And they still have you on that superficial or low value that they had you on before. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the conclusion here. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to ask divine and universal energy to come on in and help out with these messages, these positive messages. So I'm using the Cosmic Belief Oracle right here because we're going to bring it back to ourselves, Pisces. We're going to bring it back to aligning within ourselves. All right, so divine and universal energy. What needs to come out for Pisces? When it comes to reflecting onto the past, it could have been the arrogance, the actions that we did, the actions that they did, whatever it was that was crossing our boundaries with the miscommunication. You know, those hard thoughts that we have about ourselves, that critical mind that we have about ourselves now is manifestation is a creative process that aligns with the energy of the universe to create an experience that uplifts my spirit and the world's spirit together. Let me see if I can get that better. There we go. So this really goes back into the beliefs here. A part of manifesting is a part of what we believe in. Manifestations is a creative process that aligns. Let me reread this. I can't read this card for some reason. Let's try it again. Manifestation is a creative process that aligns with the energy of the universe to create an experience that uplifts my spirit and the world's spirit together. Manifestations go along with our beliefs to help get going into the directions of our beliefs. We start to put a manifestation out there, a vibration into the frequency. You can align or you can misalign with the energies around you, all by how you output. And right here, if you always believe that you're going to manifest something that is always going to be diabolical, that's always going to be diminishing, that's always going to be something that is not fully connected on a same level, then that's what you will receive. But if you can believe in something else, something of opposite, something that you're truly looking for, then you'll start to manifest that. And you'll start to see how things start to align with you. It could be even in your everyday life. You gotta remember, we can't force stuff. If you find yourself trying to force something, then you're working against the divine. You're working against I would say, the grand picture of everything. And that's where you hit every red light. That's when you're dropping your keys. This is where you get impatient. This is where you also feel like the world is against you. So just remember, you hold that power of manifesting whatever you want to bring into your life. But it's manifesting without expectation. All right, something else we're not seeing is I treat others with kindness while establishing clear boundaries to protect my good feeling emotions. This is something that you also have to do with yourself, because we can be those others that are cross our own boundaries, especially when we're trying to heal. So whether it's you sitting by yourself after dealing with them, or it's them, you have to reteach this person, and maybe even teach yourself how to treat yourself better. Letting yourself know when it starts to want to go off and try and demote you, diminish who you were in the past at that not so evolved self form in what you were dealing with. Instead, honoring that, honoring where you were at. And if somebody tries to come in and tries to use that against you, it's letting them know, okay, well, I'm here now. That's not me. I'm not my past self. But you have to understand that we were going, what was that, tit for tat here when I was dealing with whatever. You drop those boundaries and understanding who you were, who you are, and who you want to be. And if anyone tries to cross over those boundaries, you put a stop to it. We're allowed to make mistakes. We're allowed not always to be the best versions of ourselves. That's a part of learning. All right, what else needs to come out? Oh, there's a lot of stuff you're not seeing, Pisces. When I live according to the guidance of my soul, I can let go of all my worries and fears, because I know that everything is in the best arrangement. Whatever it is that this person tries to get you stuck on, again, trusting in your journey, trusting in the evolvement that you've made, trusting in your intuition, trusting in your gifts, trusting in your gut. Don't let them rock that. Be really, really open to it. Open to that inner light that you've been growing, Pisces. Open to that emotional involvement that you've made, the mental involvement that you've made from then until now. But I hear Pisces like, well, I feel myself wanting to react like I've reacted before. Ooh, then you need to take a step back. You gotta take a step back, and you have to really reflect. Remember, we talked about reflect within on how this person's making you feel. And if this is a good energy to have around you, or if this is an energy that's not very good and you don't need it around you anymore because you evolved past it. I mean, in this day and age with social media, we are under the notion that we have to be friends with everybody forever. Nope, just like the seasons, just like time, people come and go. We have our seasons with people. We have our time with people. Doesn't mean it has to last forever. All right. What else needs to come out? There it is. Don't be confused, Pisces. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. Whatever this is, I wouldn't mirror that image of this is, or I wouldn't mirror that energy of this is the last resort. Because remember, whatever this one is it has that energy. Don't get confused. Don't get confused and feeling like this is your last resort too. Just know that things are still in the mix. Things are still working. And what this person, place, or thing here is doing, it could be creating a lesson for you that helps you align with yourself more on a deeper level instead of staying so high up on a superficial level. Whatever this person is, it could be a lesson of establishing your value. Maybe you've evolved to understanding your value, but we'll have people come in, places come in, and they will test it. And this one could be testing it. Just know that this doesn't have to be your last resort either. All right, let's see. Ooh, this one. We're at odds ends, and we don't want to see it. True manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. That's the truth. If I'm talking to a young Pisces, I mean, let's go to baby daddy, baby mama drama. If you get in bed with this, and this one only superficially loves you, and you get pregnant, just because you get pregnant or you get them pregnant doesn't mean that they're going to love you any deeper. Doesn't mean that their love is going to grow even any more. Doesn't mean that they're going to treat you any different. If this is a job, go ahead and signing the contracts, compromising on a lot of things that you value, working the 50 plus hours, all that jazz doesn't mean that this company is going to hold you in more value. Doesn't mean that this company is going to be there scratching your back because you scratching it. Remember, whatever this is, person, place, or thing, their actions are going to speak louder than their words. You have to really fill that out. And when it comes to the highest good, like I said, you never know. This could be the stepping stones to you getting into that, really valuing yourself, really establishing the boundaries of that value and letting or not letting people in. This could establish something that's going to take you to a higher place, something better, someone better, a work home, a workplace, a work environment that's better. But if you get stuck on this last resort energy, then this is all she wrote. And this could turn into a karmic cycle. Dun, dun, dun! Think about it, Pisces, 12th house, ending old cycle to prepare for the new. Then you have the Virgo's full moon, self-examination and improvement. This is the time. This is the time to let go of the old, to let it all out, what you don't need, to open that door to let in something new. Because you can't have this new if you're too cluttered up with the old. Alright? Alright, last card, last card, last card. What is the last card for the Pisces frequency? Alright, when it comes to dealing with this energy, when you want to get to that point where you're just looking at all the cons and you want to be upset about everything, wanting to offer more to others fills me with energy. Look at those hearts there. When you go into the cons, and if you do recognize what's happening here with this energy, it's not moving away from them with the closed heart chakra. Because doing that means that you're going to get angry with them. You can go into that bitterness, that jealousy, you're going to be holding a grudge, and you're going to have a lack of empathy for them being stuck in their unevolved selves. Instead, what it is and what I do here, when I come in and I ask for the angels of protection here, and I ask the angels of protection to cut out any negative energies, negative intentions to the frequencies that I'm dialing into, I always ask that that energy be returned in love, light, and compassion. To put the divine there so that that other knows that they have a choice and that they know the divine is always there. Why? Because as soon as I send it back, times 10, times 5 of whatever they're doing to me, that shows that I'm holding on to that energy with some kind of bitterness. When we go tit for tat, an eye for an eye type of thing, that takes work, that takes holding on to negative energies. How can you see that this energy from the past until now is meant to show you, could be what you deserve, could be how valuable you are. It could be to teach you something very new about yourself. But whatever it is that this one's bringing into you, it is of importance. Even though what they're doing is crap, the lesson behind it is what's important. Don't forget that when you close yourself off and you deem whoever, whatever as pieces of crap and that they're never going to be this or they're all alike, again, you close yourself off. How can you do something different? Being accepted, kind, mercy, and having compassion. But I'm not saying feel sorry for this other and their choices. What I'm saying is, instead of taking it out on yourself, why don't you give yourself a hand up and picking yourself up and seeing who you really are, Pisces. The wonderful, charismatic, the one who deserves not to be a last resort, but a first choice type of energy. When you work into this new routine of taking care of yourself, again, you're going to find more out about yourself. You're going to learn some new things about yourself. You're gonna see how beautiful you are, how caring you are, how loving you are. All right, this is going to conclude it, Pisces. Don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy for coming on in and helping out with these positive messages. And I hope that you have a most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.